It is 7 p.m. Tuesday. School's been out for a while, since 1:10. I actually had, today was the last day for any of my students to reassess on any assessment that they took during the last 6 weeks grading period. And so I had several students in here trying to reassess whether they received a low score and they wanted to just pass the class, or students that they wanted to get an A or B, so they had to fix some of the assessments. And then I had a few students in my 7th period, they didn't finish a part of their final, so I didn't make that part available to them. I sent them to class, and then when they finished the final in the other class, some came during my 8th period because that was my Cambridge class, but they had taken their final last week, and so they were done. So that's all there was today. I had tomorrow's 3rd and 4th. I don't have a 3rd period, and so I will end the school year with my 4th period class and just see how they do. So I've been spending like since the last student left, like around 4:30, trying to just update grades and play around, because I told students that there were 4 parts of the final. The first 3 parts covered a specific grading period, topics from a specific grading period, and then the last part was just a post survey. I didn't even get to look at the results from today, but that was kind of like, hey, here's 25 points. There you go, thank you. And I didn't penalize them for, any feedback that they left me. Actually, a lot of it was really great. Some of it that I had already known for a while, and then some of it was like, maybe let me think about that over the summer. But yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna grab my stuff because I'm here a lot later than I want it to be. So I am going to grab my stuff and head home. School is out for summer. Today was the final day of school. It is 4:29 p.m. It's really weird to say that because I remember the very first day of school vlogging, me climbing into the fume hood, cleaning it out, climbing into it, almost getting stuck in there. Then like a car or something hitting a utility pole, causing the electricity throughout the school to go out. So there was the air was out, the electricity, the water fountains. Luckily for us, the power came back on right before like the advisory period began that day. And then my classes that day, we did musical share, where they got to introduce themselves and walk around the class. And then what else did we do? Oh, the learning stations, the lab safety learning stations. So good times. And it's also crazy that I vlogged every single day that we had school and compiled the videos into a weekly release. That wasn't originally my plan when I started vlogging. And it's almost been a year that I vlogged for weekly. I didn't realize that because I started vlogging last June here. And so when I started the vlog, I was just going to do like a weekly release. I didn't plan to vlog every single day and then compile the videos and do a week in the life of a teacher. And if you followed me this entire time, you may have noticed that my vlogs changed. And if you've watched my last vlog where I talked about my anxiety and depression, part of the reason it was heightened is because I was doing these vlogs, and there were times where I was very hyper-focused, and I enjoyed doing the vlogs, but it took a lot of work, and it was distracting from teaching and just other things. And so over winter break, I made the decision to not incorporate a lot of music or clips of me teaching. I did a little bit of that this semester, but not as much as I did in the fall semester. I just was, tired about it, and vlogging wasn't the first thing on my mind when I was coming to work. And there were times where I sat and I really just forced myself to do it, even though I didn't want to vlog. There were times where I just was not. I was dealing with more of a depressing day, and I didn't want to sit down in front of the camera. But I stuck through it because it was a commitment that I had told myself that I was going to do, and I did it. If I decide to vlog next school year, then I'm going to need to figure something out, whether if I do daily or weekly vlogs, because it just is a lot of time and effort. With that said, let me stop talking about vlogging. Today, my I didn't have a third period. My fourth period was the last class to take their final. I had a student who needed extra time, so we came back here to the classroom. I had to run a sheet down to the main office, and then the student finished around 1:45, and I had 15 minutes to get grades in because grades were due at 2. I didn't submit grades until 2:20. Okay, they got in. And then I realized after I submitted the grades that, oh, I had a meeting for summer school. So I showed up in the library 20 minutes late. So I'm excited. Summer school starts next Monday. So it's from Monday through Thursday, 9 until 12:31. And I'm going to be actually switching with the teacher. I'm going to do it for like a week and a half. Another teacher's going to do it for a week and a half, and then I'm going to end it that last week. And it goes until the end of June. I also found out that one of the other science teachers will have a few sections of pre-AP chemistry, so it won't just be me next year. I'll have someone to collaborate with and you know, get feedback on, you know, my ideas and things that I'm doing, and just someone to compare like student performance with, because that was another difficult thing. It was just me, so I didn't know like whether like I was doing a really great job on something or not, beyond just students telling me. Speaking of students giving feedback, all the students did the survey, and many students decided to leave comments. They didn't have to leave comments. There were different parts of the survey, like strongly agree to strongly disagree, that section, but then the final part was, you know, an optional part where they could have left me comments, whether it was positive or constructive criticism, and I got a mix, and so it was great that, you know, and I'll probably share this at some point during the summer, but some things for me to consider about the blended learning, and then also standards-based grading. Some of the students were not fans of the standards-based grading, or they wanted me to actually be up teaching using my document camera. They felt that the fall semester was better than the spring semester, because the fall semester, while I dabbled in blended learning, I didn't do as much blended learning as I did compared to spring semester. But I need to think, because that's the direction I want to go next school year, now that I have summer to kind of plan, and I've had the school year to get back into the game of teaching chemistry. So we'll see how that goes. I also found out earlier this month that I'm getting a student teacher in the fall for my teaching program, the one that I went through, You Teach, at the University of Texas. Go Longhorns. And so I'm excited about that, and I actually need to put that on my calendar, because I'm supposed to go to UT to meet the apprentice teacher. That's what we were called, apprentice teachers. So yeah, that's it. I'm going to continue. I may have said this, I don't know, like I'm all over the place. I am going to continue vlogging over the summer, but it's not going to be a daily vlog like I did throughout this school year, composed into one video. I'm just going to either talk about like how summer school's going, a book that I read, my plans for next school year, or maybe things that I'm doing with Canvas, just stuff like that. Or if people have special requests, they want to hear something. Some people have asked me things over the school year, and so now that I have time to kind of just sit and focus on that, then I'll answer questions based on people who've asked me, either here on my YouTube channel or Facebook or Instagram. But with that said, you know, I have to get my signature phrase in. With that said, I am going to grab, I didn't really have a signature phrase, but I do say that in almost all my videos. I'm going to grab my stuff and I'm going to get out of here. And as always, if you stuck with me this entire year, thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure shooting these videos, even though sometimes I didn't want to do it, but I had fun and I learned a lot about myself doing them. And I hope you learned a lot watching them. Well, that's it. If there was anything about this video that you liked, then make sure to hit that like button, comment down below, and or share the video. If you haven't already done so, make sure to subscribe so that way you can bond with James. And if you're interested in checking out some of my other vlogs, you can do so by clicking on any of the links right here. As always, thanks for watching.